The Pistons earlier, arriving at the arena. Hard to imagine a group looking more confident than this. On the road, they've always got their game faces on. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's a beautiful evening here on the shores of Lake Ontario. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. We'll watch the Toronto Raptors in this one as they go up against the Detroit Pistons. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And the past 10 games have been all about his work on the boards. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. He's battling like he hadn't been earlier in the year, and it's great to see that kind of hustle.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. They've got Brandon Knight, Wood out there with Tony Snell. Then it's John Henson, and it's Mikhailuk in at the shooting guard. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. On the wings, Powell and Anunoby. And it's Lowry in at the point guard. You can see it, Doris, with some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round one.
Absolutely.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
Offensive rebound. And Henson kicks to Wood. That's tipped and stolen by Siakam. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Siakam passes to Ibaka. Here's Anunoby, defended by Henson. Here's Anunoby. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Toronto shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And here are the Raptors now. It's a 3-point game. Henson against Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Detroit the other way. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Kevin, he told me he wants his guys to be in attack mode all night. I mean, right from the opening tip. He said, we haven't won against this team in 3 tries this year. I expect their guys to come out motivated, and that means going full out toward the basket. Kevin, he wants that first win bad. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. It's Knight with the drive. It's deflected.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
Anunoby, good.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
For the Pistons, it's been a slow start here. Still without a basket in the game. Knight dishes to Henson. Here's Mikhailuk. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. Detroit, no good that time either.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Wow, what an easy look Kyle Lowry creates for his teammates. One of the best setup men in the entire league.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably #1. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Mikhailuk passes to Knight. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Just 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. They could use a bucket. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. And the Raptors and Lowry both grew together, Doris, wouldn't you say?
A marriage made in heaven. Kyle Lowry has always played with a huge chip on his shoulder. He still carries that edge, but that maturity and leadership turned into a championship in Toronto. Doesn't get better than that.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Snell, the pass to Mikhailuk. Got a piece of it. Here's Henson. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Lowry. Some solid defense from Knight.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Here's Mikhailuk. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Henson finds Knight. Back to Henson. Shoots over Powell. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, that shows a sign of maturity, guys. Everyone expecting Knight to try and score it. Instead, he finds the open man.
Here's Mikhailuk. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Toronto leading by 5. Here's Siakam. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, we're talking about a tough individual competitor in Pascal Siakam. He goes right at the defense.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Here's Snell. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And slam dunk by Henson.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now, here's Lowry. Out to Ibaka for the 3. Rebounded by Snell.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Lowry against Knight. Clock at 6. High post, Henson. 3-pointers, Snell. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. They'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
And he's good on the second.
And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94. The fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Now, here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
Kevin, put the ball in Kyle Lowry's hand in a pick and roll, and he will pull all the right strings.
Here's Knight. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry, Knight finds Henson. Toronto grabs the miss. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Outside Knight. The pass to Snell. Passes it to Mikhailuk. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Boris, if I were to ask you right now in the league, who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back 3 will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
Here's Mikhailuk. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Fires from deep. Mikhailuk can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. Normally, he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now, here's Doumbouya. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Siakam finds Gasol. Siakam misses. Pistons trail by 10. Inside. And the jam by Doumbouya.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's VanVleet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Here's Davis. Rebounded by the Pistons. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Maker. Pass to McCray. Drains the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's VanVleet. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Siakam. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Here's McCray. He kicks to Maker. Takes a shot at the elbow. They get it back. Good work defensively by Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
VanVleet can't get it to go.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Here's McCray. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Toronto. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And checking out Detroit, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And checking out Detroit, they've been stuck in a rut the entire season. We talk about teams maximizing their potential. Well, the opposite's been the case with this group.
I think, Greg, for them, it's obviously been very disappointing. And I get the sense it's starting to weigh on them night in and night out.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 9 points. Now, Doumbouya dishes it to Rose. No good. Shot missing. And Toronto will come the other way. Here's VanVleet. It's rebounded by McCray. Pistons trail by 9. 1:31 left to play in the first. And the basket by Maker.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's VanVleet. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense. That's just way too easy, guys.
Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet. Never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. VanVleet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred VanVleet will deliver.
And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in.
Well, this guy is such a strong decision maker. Derrick Rose with the mid-range jumper. Yes, that's in my bag as well.
Now here's Davis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Brown's got the ball. And the second chance effort by Rose.
Well, you love to see Derrick Rose from the guard position make himself a factor on the glass and finish. That is nicely done.
Now here's VanVleet. He's covered by Rose. Pass to Gasol. That one's rebounded by McRae. McRae's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rose in the post, covered by VanVleet. Here's the teardrop. No good that time. Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, straight to the floor, making open shot, rolling the basket, screen, those dirty work. I like to do that.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Davis is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the 4. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Number 1, the Raptors.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense. And these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
Toronto leading by 7. VanVleet looking around. Not happening with that shot. He's put up 5 and made 2. Down low. Doumbouya can't get it to go. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Brown. Hollis Jefferson passes to Boucher. Outside, Davis. On deep. But they'll get another chance. Hollis Jefferson finds Davis. And there's the pass to Gasol. Rebound, Detroit. McRae's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. To the inside. Here's Doumbouya. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in. Henson's checked in for the Pistons. Tony Snell comes in for Bruce Brown. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. That's a 2 from Snell. Detroit, no good that time either.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Count it. Van Vliet's got 6.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well-traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Here's Lowry. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
But it's almost a sure thing when Kyle Lowry decides to drive hard to the cup. What a tremendous finisher on the move.
Now here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Henson's shot is off. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys. I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Pistons trail by 11. Here's McRae. He has 5. To the middle. Great pass to set up the lay-in. He has 7.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Van Vliet passes to Lowry. Softly drops in the floater. Lowry's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Passes it to McRae. And here is Doumbouya. Here's Henson. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, it's his intelligence that puts Kyle Lowry up there with the top assist men in the NBA.
Outside Rose. Good work defensively by Lowry.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Up top, Henson. The dish to Rose. Back to Henson. Rose kicks to McRae. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Over to the left wing. Floats one up. And Henson sends it back. Lets it go from deep. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Pass to Snell. To Mikhailuk to halt the run, and the foul on John Henson. That's his first foul. And Joe Ibaka will bring it up for Toronto. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Siakam against Henson. Siakam misses. The Pistons shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Snell, no good.
boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now here's Knight, following the miss by Pascal Siakam. A nice shot by Mikhailu. Now here is Lowry. 6 points for him. The pass to Anunoby. Siakam with it. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there.
Well, the increased playmaking ability of Pascal Siakam on display. Pretty pass.
Pistons trailed by 21. Passes to Mikhailu. Here's Wood. Outside Knight. 5 to shoot. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Here's a look at the stats for Siakam. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. Averaging about 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Back to Snell. Knight on the wing. Over Lowry. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Siakam looking around. It's Powell on the wing. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Detroit the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Knight dishes to Henson. Over Ibaka. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Anunoby passes to Powell. Pass to Lowry. Anunoby in the corner. And again, no good by Toronto.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Knight kicks to Snell. Knight passes to Henson. To the wing right side. Here's Snell. Misses and the dry spell continues.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pistons trail by 21. Pass to Knight. Powell with the steal. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. Ibaka right side. Stolen away. Outside Knight. The tray. The shot missing. And Toronto will go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
Here's Knight after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And the pass to Mikhailu. Feeds to Snell. It's stolen by Ibaka. To the paint. Here's Powell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Knight looking for an opening. Pass to Mikhailu. Pass to Henson. Knocks it loose. Just 5 on the clock. Fast break Toronto. Left side Lowry. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Pistons. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Knight. Detroit, no good that time either.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
Pass to Anunoby. Now Siakam. The pass to Lowry. From deep. That shot off. And so it's Toronto holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we see.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Pascal Siakam. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
We've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Pistons, Tony Snell is out there with Wood. Then there's Brandon Knight. Then it's John Henson. And it's Luke in at the 2 spot. Lowry against Knight. Lowry kicks to Powell. Ibaka outside. The Raptors need to get a shot at Lowry. Rebound collected by Snell. The Pistons shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Siakam passes to Anunoby. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So for a 3-point play.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Henson hits them both. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Raptors leading by 23. Here's Powell. He's got 7, pass to Lowry. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lowry's got 9.
Well, a trifecta from Kyle Lowry. This guy gets great lift on his jump shot.
To the left side wing. Henson dishes to Snell. Poked away. Kailu passes to Snell. And here is Knight, guarded by Powell.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
The drive by Siakam. Yep, that one goes. He's got 16.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
A shot by Knight, no good.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Siakam kicks to Lowry. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Outside Knight. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Here's Henson. He has 6. Outside Knight. Passes it to McRae. 6 to shoot. And just miss after miss right now. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam. Drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
And the first one drops.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Detroit.
I think, guys, maybe what you appreciate most about Pascal Siakam is his versatility. He can score from a number of areas. He can guard multiple positions. There is a lot to like about this young man.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level. His determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris, defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here's Rose. Pass to McRae. Kicks it to Knight. Doumbouya with it. There's the pass to Wood. On its way from Rose for 2. Off the left rim and out.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
A baseline J. And again, it's Toronto converting.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Down low. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Some changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Siakam. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
Here's Powell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And the Pistons making a change here. Makers checked in. Rose dishes to Doumbouya. Stolen by VanVleet. Fast break Toronto. Here's Powell. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got 4 assists in the game.
I'll tell you, love to see someone take the contact head on, and Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Fast break Toronto. Here's VanVleet. Finished off the break. VanVleet's got 11 points.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Rose passes to McRae. Now Knight fires the three. It's good from long range. Knight's got his first 3 points of the game.
So good on the catch and shoot. You don't want to let Knight get dialed in from behind the arc.
And Sekou Doumbouya is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Davis is checked in for Norman Powell. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Pistons. And so here's Toronto. Hollis Jefferson passes to Gasol. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Outside, Davis. Here's Boucher, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Boucher's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Outside, Rose. Doumbouya at the elbow. Pass to McRae. The kick out to Rose. Shot clock at 2. Off target from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. Hollis Jefferson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
Looking to end his cold spell. Rejected by Gasol. And they'll keep possession. And it's Brown missing. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Toronto. To the inside, VanVleet. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's McRae. He's got 9. From past the arc. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Davis kicks to VanVleet. pass to Gasol. Detroit with the rebound. Doumbouya's got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Here's McRae. 12 points for him. Outside Rose. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in. Rose has got 6.
Well, the floater has always been a key shot in Derrick Rose's arsenal, and the later he gets in his career, the more we may see him deploy it.
Rose with the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
It'll be a jump ball.
And the Pistons with possession here. Detroit's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. He kicks to Brown. There's the triple. Toronto grabs the miss. Hollis Jefferson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Van Vliet with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Rose against Davis. Now here's Rose. Tight defense on him. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Rose. Fires the 3. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Brown the pass to Rose. Stolen by Van Vliet. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Oh, that's blocked. And he gets it back. Shot's good by Boucher.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's McRae. He's guarded by Davis. And the shot no good from McRae. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Inside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Here's Van Vliet in for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Toronto Raptors sitting at a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We come back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Johnson. McCaw is out there with Davis. Then it's Thomas. And it's Boucher in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. No good from McCaw. The Pistons shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Mikhailuk passes to Maker. And the dunk by Maker.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Davis kicks to McCaw. A three-pointer, no good. Ball's knocked loose. Thomas passes to Davis. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Connects from three-point range. Davis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now the pass to Hall. Now Maker. Fades. The rebound by Johnson. Now here's Davis. Pass to McCaw. Launches a 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And so Brown will bring it up for Detroit. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Hall is guarded by Davis. Here's Hall. Great D that time from Davis. Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's McCall. He's covered by Brown. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level. But I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
On the mark with the 15-footer.
The developing in-between game. Knight has been working so hard on this.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Davis against Brown. Outside Thomas. Knight grabs the board. Knight's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
John Henson's checked in for the Pistons. Toronto's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Henson against Ibaka. Shoots over Henson. Shots good by Ibaka.
You simply cannot let Serge Ibaka get into a rhythm from that range. His mid-range is as good as it gets.
Outside Knight. And the rejection by Ibaka. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Brown down low. Davis is there. Out tonight. 4 on the clock.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Henson. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Ibaka. Mikhailuk passes to Hall. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Passes it to Henson. Brown outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knight for 3. Again, the miss by Knight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Ibaka finds Thomas. Picked him clean. They're running. Goes up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
The pass to McCaw. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Ibaka, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Detroit Pistons.
Well, you love how Ibaka gets a little nasty down on the block. Excellent at putting the defense in a tough spot.
Second free throw, no good.
And the move back to his more natural 5 position has rejuvenated Serge Ibaka. More room to operate offensively, and defensively he can stay in the paint where he's effective.
McCaw, the pass to Ibaka. Here's McCaw. Back to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Davis kicks to Ibaka. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. And Ibaka's shooting ability, Doris, had enabled him to play some power forward, but his mobility was being tested.
Correct, because at Ibaka's size, it's tough to ask him to chase smaller guys around the perimeter. He is much better suited playing inside and protecting the rim. I think you saw that last season.
Here's McCall. They get a hand on it. Knight with it. Pass to Mikhailuk. Brown outside. Pass to Knight. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Hall passes to Knight. Clock at 6. A second chance effort. And the shot is long.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Johnson. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Henson dishes to Knight. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number 1, the salary cap implications that happen. Number 2, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a 3-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. True. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4-peat.
And that one, good.
A beautiful assist by Knight right there. Unselfish passer who always looks to keep his teammates involved.
Here's Davis. Count it from 12. Davis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Knight into the lane, and Knight slams it in.
A tremendous first step of Knight. Wow, he's lethal off the dribble drive.
For Toronto, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Here's McCaw. 2 points. That one goes.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Pistons shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Passes to Hall. And he lobs it up.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's McCall. Johnson outside. You and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Toronto, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And so we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an great performance it was for Kyle Lowry.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. Toronto working the ball around now. The pass to Ibaka. Over Henson. That one off the back iron and out.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
Brown, good.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Ibaka looking for an opening. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long.